Hi, this is a quick unboxing and review of the Startech portable wireless N router. This is a portable 150 megabit per second wireless router that is also can act as an access point and as a bridge. Came in a box like this. There's not much information here, just some what's inside the box, and that's basically about it. So let's just go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. And you have the router here. It comes in a little carrying case. In here, here's the router. Let's put it to the side for a second, see what else we got here. You have here a mini USB cable to power the device. You have a little Ethernet cable, and then you have a little, basically a quick start guide. Has an instruction how to set it to different mode, and that's basically about it. More information in the back here. So this is what the router look like. It's pretty small. You have here at the end here you have the Ethernet port to connect to it. This is good for using it as a bridge mode. Also a router mode, or and also the access point mode here. You can use that. Here's the only button on the device to basically put it in WPS mode or any other thing like that. Here's the three mode that you can toggle between. You have access point, you have repeater, and then you have router. So basically when you flip this device and put it into one of these modes, you plug in the power, the mini USB cable here. You can use a wall brick, or you can just plug it into your laptop or your desktop, and it will basically have enough power to power it. And once that come on, you will basically have an access to an access point, and you can connect it wirelessly to it. And then from that point on, you can configure the variety of different functions using the user menu that show you how to do it. So here's the default router setting using this address. Here's the SSID name, and here's the security type. You can go to advanced setting to get the more setup. There's a firmware number also. So here's the advanced setting. There's a lot of options in here. Let's start at the beginning at network. In network here, you can change your router IP address. You can turn on all these different functionality here. You can see here DNS proxy, all your stuff. Next we have the WAN. On the WAN here, you can set up to the HCP automatically config to get the IP address. You can also manually set it. Here we have routing, set up different routing routes. Next we have the HCP server. Here you can set up the HCP server for your router, so it will serve out addresses. Here are the different DNS settings. You can also set default gateway. You have the HCP client. Here you can see our different client that's connecting to it. Currently I have my laptop connected to it. There we go. You have MAC clone, which you can clone MAC address and those kind of thing. Next we have the wireless setting. Under the wireless setting, you can turn it on and off here. You can test the different mode B, G, and N. You have the SSID again, and you can broadcast or not. Change the different frequency here, automatic select. Also you have general bandwidth. Here under advanced, you can set different kind of advanced setting. Transmitting power, different region setting. Here's the WMM setting, another option. Under security, you can select the access point here. You can select the different kind of security mode. So right now it's set to nothing. And then you also have access policy here to reject a certain MAC address. Here is WDS, more different setting here. You can take it to bridge mode, repeater mode right here. WPS setting, here we can enable the WPS setting. That's the button on the device. We can enable it here. And you can see here all the different help instruction here on the side also. That's really nice. On the firewall, you can enable different IP filtering here. You have MAC addresses filtering. Here you have the MAC address filtering. You have URL filtering. And then you have content filtering. There we go. And then last and not least, security. Here we can set up different kind of setting, and also we have firewall. The SPI firewall here is very nice. You can enable it here. On the virtual server, we have a setting for DMZ. You can enable it here. You have port forwarding for gaming and other application. You can set the range here. And then the IP address, different kind of protocol, enable or disable, delete also. And here are some of the well-known services. You also have a single port forwarding, which you can set here, similar to the previous setting, but only one port. Next we have quality of service. Here you can prioritize your connection speed, and as you can set up the certain upload and download speed. We have the management tab here. Under management, you can see here you can change different language, look like English and Chinese. Account setting, you can have NTP setting, dynamic DNS. Under setting, we can save our current setting, we can import it, and we can load the sector default. Under firmware, we can also apply a new firmware, update bootloader. And next we have status, which let us know the status of the current operation mode, currently in gateway mode. There we go. Under statistic, more information about your router. We also have syslog. I'll show you the system log. Next you have reboot, and then finally you have the home option, which takes you back to the main page. So here we have the repeating mode. Here you can pick one of the SSID, that is another wireless setting, and then you can actually connect to it and turn this into a repeater. It's pretty simple. You can also go to advanced setting, which will take you back to the main advanced setting screen. It's in the repeating mode right now, as you can see under status. Here's the access point mode. Here we can set the access point address, set the submask. We can set a second LAN connection here. You can also go to advanced setting, which takes you to the main advanced setting. And there you can see that we're currently in bridge mode. When I first got this product to review, I did run into some issues with it, and it was just keep freezing and having all kind of weird issues. I did contact the manufacturer, and they did send me a replacement. You was the replacement, and this one works a lot better. It didn't have the same issues as the first one. So if you run into those kind of issues, you might want to talk to them about it. But my problem was I was in the middle of using it, and it just freeze up, and that seemed to be an issue with it. But yes, it was the replacement version, and it worked a lot better without any of those issues. Overall, it works pretty well. You basically set one of these mode, and when you do that, you visit the website and the address like I showed you previously, and by doing that, you can go there and have the quick setup. You also have the ability to go to advanced, and in advanced you can basically set to anything you want at that point. But in the access point mode, it's pretty easy. You just plug in a Ethernet cable here to get you internet access, or maybe from your hotel or something like that. Plug that in, set it to access point, turn it on, and you will basically have a wireless access point. And when you connect to the wireless access point, you will basically get access to that Ethernet network that you're using here. The router mode will give you more functionality as far as firewall, port forwarding, all that full functionality. And the repeating mode basically you don't need to plug in any cable. Basically, it will capture a wireless signal and then repeat it, and that works also really well. As far as the speed on this thing, I did test it a little bit. 150 megabit is pretty decent for 1 to 2 device. When you have a lot of device streaming, it does kind of slow down. So when I'm using YouTube with just my iPhone and also try a laptop with it, it works fine. But when you start trying to crowd up with other device, it's starting to slow down. So I think it's for a portable device. It's really nice and really small, and it does offer you a lot of functionality, as you saw. So that's really good. But the downside is if you have a lot of device connected to it, you have family with 5-6 people trying to use this, I think it's going to slow down a lot. So it's more for, I guess, on the go kind of guy who just want to use it when they're in the hotel or when they're traveling on business. So I think this is a really good device for that. So I hope your short little review helped you in your purchase decision. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment below. And as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.